EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. Always a pleasure to be along the coast of Maine, Lighthouse Point to be exact. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, this is sure to be another exciting day of golf out there. What are the challenges facing our players today?
The length of the golf course for a start, Rich. This golf course just under 7,700 yards. It's one of the longest ones you'll play. And of course the cliffs, that's why it's called this, they certainly are in play. There is one double green out there, that's the 10th and the 13th hole, they share the same green. Lots of great design features, and you got it on a prime day in great condition. So enjoy the round and make sure you feast on the vistas as well.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Wind at the back, 90 yards away. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And with the birdie, moves into the top 10 on the leaderboard.
And moves into some very good company.
A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
Chance for back-to-back. In a very aggressive mode with that birdie, now in second place.
Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water. Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here at this beefy par 3, 240 yards. You can see Lake Zimmer protects the front of this green and to the right. It's obviously where they get all their irrigation water from. But it's enough green left of the flag here. That's really what you've got to be looking at, that front left section.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy.
You'd like that one again.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just a couple of feet. Nice par to remain at 2 under. 15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that, really, the only problem is if you go long.
You'll need to be strong with this. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, tie atop the leaderboard now.
I think it's certainly starting to get everybody captivated.
That was a nice birdie. Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. New course to most of the golfers on tour, this challenging layout just opened in 2015. Today, we're along the east coast of Maine. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo. We'll be calling all the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point.
Another great design from Brand Patel, and they really threw the boat out here. Some excellent choice of holes, and you got to see the changes in elevation. You get this on a windy day, and of course 7,700 yards will play even longer than that. A nice calm day though, Rich, and you really can shoot a good score out here.
Fourth hole is 411 yards, par 4, and Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and take a few pictures. The views are absolutely stunning.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my art.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Now at the fifth here at Lighthouse Point, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
When you stand on this tee, Rich, you don't see any fairway bunkers, but be careful. It can certainly fool you. The goal really with the Cliffs course is to find fairways.
Frank, they say you have to ride the wind. Boy, he's got all of that one.
Got every ounce out of the conditions.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. That is classy.
That had a chance of going in.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. And with that birdie, moves into a tie for the lead.
Got ourselves a battle right now, Rich.
Moving on to hole number 6, par 3 of 198 yards. This one has a chance to be close. Stuffed that one in there just inside of 5 feet. Well done. Settles in over the putt. Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really what's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Not a single weakness today. What a performance. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It is only 165 yards. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. On the green, and a chance for birdie.
Second shot. Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. We move to the 9th hole, and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard, and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out. Excuse the pun, we are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Getting set now over the putt. Man.
And just pushed it.
And that hurts. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. So 9 holes down here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point. Rich Loader alongside Frank Nobilo. Checking out this 10th hole, Frank. Is this a typo? 592 yards, but it's a par 4, not a par 5. What gives?
The reason why that tee shot's severe elevation, so we can at least sort of chew 30 or 40 yards off that number. But I'm not saying this hole's short, that's for sure. So that bunker just at the start of the fairway on the left certainly comes into play. The other feature, or interesting feature here at 10, is the shared green. This green shares that little piece of property with 13, just divided by that little pot bunker in the middle.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Standing over the ball here at the par 5 11th. Well, that one is deep. Every bit of that ball. Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And it is down for an eagle. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage. That hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Well, well, well. What do we have here, partner? The par 5 13th, or is it a par 8? I can't tell.
It looks like a misprint, Rich. 702 yards, and not only that, too, they put the 2 fairway bunkers in a perfect place. Perfect place if they want to annoy your tee shot. It's going to take 310, 320 yards just to get past that. Then you've got a long, long way to go. And, of course, remember when you're on 10, this is the shared green. So 13 and 10, and this is where they meet up again at the end of a long, long walk.
Probably going to have to hit one more club here, Frank. Little bit uphill. Birdie try up next. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water. Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here at this beefy par 3, 240 yards. You see Lake Zimmer protects the front of this green and to the right. It's obviously where they get all their irrigation water from. But it's enough green left of the flag here. It's really what you're going to be looking at, that front left section.
And it drops for birdie. Rich Lerner back at Lighthouse Point with Frank Nobilo. We're at the 15th hole. Frank, a relatively short par 4, 387 yards.
Yeah, finally we get one under 400 yards. A little bit of trouble off the tee to be avoided. Bunker left and that little pot bunker on the right. But missed those. And really, this is a very much a scoring opportunity.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And getting ready for the putt. Good putt. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports, PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live final round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo here today calling the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point. And Frank, this course features some breathtaking scenery.
It certainly does, Rich. Changes of elevation, and it's in phenomenal shape. We've got to send our thanks out to the superintendent, Peyton Duncan, who's got the course exactly prime. You should enjoy it. You should enjoy the views. Take your camera as well. This is very scenic up in New England.
Now to the par 3 14th. It is 240 yards. What a golf course, Frank. I mean, this tests the best in the world. I'm talking about McIlroy and Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler. 700-yard par 5s and nearly 600-yard par 4s. This is all you want.
It certainly is, and that's why the total yardage of this golf course is nearly 7,700 yards. This par 3, just a beast at 240 yards. One thing you want to do, though, is avoid Lake Zimmer. It's a big body of water to the right. If anything, though, look at the green. It shapes a little to the right. so you can use that left side of the green, which is away from the lake. It's a smart way to play this. Great too.
Beautiful. 15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand, left, and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron into a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Ooh, the big bopper got a hold of one there. 325 yards. Hello there. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side. A cursory look at the scorecard, Rich, and well, it looks hard at 240 yards, but that elevation is going to chew off quite a bit of yardage off the scorecard. Really, it's a good chance for a birdie on this closing stretch. V-shaped green, as long as you're on the right section of the green, could have a chance for birdie.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Now at the 17th, and Frank a chance to make a birdie. Who knows, with a couple of huge pokes, you could make Eagle 3. This is a pretty stout hole at a little bit more than 600 yards.
It is, especially if that breeze comes off the water into your face. But normally you're protected here because the hills on the left will block that breeze. Bunkers all the way down the right side, you can see that. But yeah, you're right, 2 big hits, and you might just reach this par 5 and 2. Birdie, perhaps even eagle on a good day.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
We've made it at last to the 18th, partner. What a finishing hole.
It is. It's a tee shot you have to respect. That fairway goes on that sort of 60-degree angle towards the left, so you have to know how far you fly the ball, and of course you can't afford to miss-hit your tee shot. But a good tee shot, let's talk a bit positive here. Good tee shot in the middle of the fairway, just going to leave you a short iron and an excellent chance to finish with another birdie.
He needs a break right here. That one is headed OB. Look out. Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit. Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Good-looking shot right here. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. To win the Mid-Season Classic.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there.